Okay, so right here we've got some different formulas to find the area of a triangle. So normally our formula is area is equal to 1/2 the base times the height. But what if it's not a right triangle and we're not given what the height is? Well, this is some formulas we can use for that. You can see the makings of this same formula. Area equals 1/2, and this could be the base times the height, but you're also having to multiply by sine of the angle that's included. So you can see here for angle gamma, we're not multiplying by C. So this is the angle that's between the two sides A and B. When we normally do this, base and height, we have a right angle. And so that right angle is a 90-degree angle that we're dealing with. So if you think about it, what is sine of 90? It's 1. So normally we do 1/2 base times height times 1, which doesn't have any effect, so we don't even include this part. But this is a more in-depth formula for more kinds of triangles. And you can see all these are just different forms of that same formula. You've got the two sides and the included angle. So if I'm using A and C, then the angle between them is beta. If I'm using B and C, the angle between those is alpha. Now, if you have the three sides of a triangle and you don't know anything about any angles, we can use this formula. So area is equal to S, which they tell us here, S is 1/2 times the perimeter. So it's S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C, and then we take a square root of all of that. And it tells us S is half the perimeter. A, B, C are the sides of the triangle. So you've got those formulas right there. You just have to decide which ones is the correct one to use. So like number 6, I'm given the three side lengths, A, B, and C. So I'm going to use this formula here. So the first thing I need to find out is what is the perimeter? Well, we find the perimeter by adding up all three sides. So 10 plus 9 plus 16 would be 35. So now to find S, we're going to multiply that perimeter by 1/2. So it would be 17.5. It's half the perimeter. So now I'm just going to put this all in my calculator. It's going to be 17.5 times 17.5 minus 10 times 17.5 minus 9 times 17.5 minus 16. And again, all that's underneath the radical. So that's what I'm plugging in. So I've got 17.5 times. And you make sure you put those in parentheses or they will multiply before they do the subtraction, which will give you an incorrect answer. And so when I did that, I got 40.91. Somebody else agree with that? Okay. So I don't know why I said S, that should say A. So the area is equal to 40.91 square units, whatever they are. Okay, 7, again, is going to be similar because I'm given the three side lengths. I'm going to use this formula to find the area. So first thing I need to do is find the perimeter. So 5.4 plus 8.2 plus 12.4, which is 26, which means S is half the perimeter, so it's 13. And so now I'm going to plug into my calculator, so I'm not going to write it down this time. That's going to be the square root of 13 times, parentheses, 13 minus 5.4, close parentheses, times, parentheses, 13 minus 8.2, close parentheses, times parentheses 13 minus 12.4, close parentheses, and I found there that the area is equal to 16.87 square units. Any questions there? Okay. Now when I look at 8, now I've got an angle. So it may help us to draw this out. So if this is my angle 13.7, then the side opposite that is C. I can call this A. So that means that's alpha. I can call this B. So that means this is beta. So I've got the two sides and an included angle. It's the angle between those two sides. So I can use the first formula here, which is 1/2 multiply the two known sides times sine of the angle. So for us, that's going to be area is equal to 1/2 the two sides. So 12.9 times 6.4 times sine of the included angle, which is 13.7. And so I'll put that in my calculator. And I found that the area was equal to 9.78 square units. Okay, and then 9. This time I'm given two angles. So this one's going to definitely be a little different. So if this is alpha, 56.3. So A is opposite it. It has to be 9.8. I'll make this be beta, which is 41.2, which means that has to be B. And then I don't know gamma, and I don't know C. So if we think about our law of sines, I've got this here. I've got a ratio that's already completed. I've got part of another ratio. So I could solve for B if I did law of sines. And then what would happen once I have B? Then I would know these two sides. I could find this angle because they all have to be 180. I could actually go ahead and find this angle now, right? But then I could use the formula with these two sides and the included angle gamma. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to first find out what is B. So I've got sine of 56.3 over 9.8 has to be equal to sine of 41.2 over B. Now cross multiply and solve that out. So that's going to give me 9.8 times sine of 41.2. And that's going to be divided by sine of 56.3. That's going to tell me B equals 7.76. Looks like we're going to one decimal place. So we'll go 7.8. So I know this here is 7.8. Now I can find out what gamma is because all three angles have to add to be 180. So I could go 180 minus 56.3 minus 41.2. Which means gamma is 82.5. And so now I know two side lengths and the included angle. So I can use the area formula. That says area is equal to 1/2 the product of the two sides times sine of the included angle, which was 82.5. So I put that in my calculator, 6.5 times 7.8 times 9.8 times sine of 82.5. And so that's going to give me area equals 37.9 square units.